Okay, video 2 for the oil pastel project. This is all about drawing, and you have a couple of choices, because you know how much I love choices. So the two choices are, number 1, you can draw actual objects, right? So I just grabbed these things from my Still Life cabinet. I have tons of actual objects. Or you can use your name, like your first name or your last name, or a combination to kind of divide the space. So you're gonna work on a bigger piece of paper. So grab a sheet of newsprint, this is that thinner paper, from the 8th grade materials cabinet. And what I want you to do is actually want to draw your objects really large and like fill this space and actually draw outside of the space. I'm gonna draw in a really dark graphite pencil right now so you can see what I'm doing, but I actually want you just to work in your regular number 2 pencil, okay, your HB. So I'm gonna start with this one as my inspiration. I'm not tracing anything, but I wanna use this as inspiration to kind of start. So I'm looking at the object that I'm drawing, and I'm drawing it really big. So I'm actually drawing off the edge of the paper here. Okay, so you can see what I'm starting to do. I'm starting to draw this object on my paper. So you're gonna wanna fill the whole space. The reason I grabbed 2 objects is because you might need a little bit more somewhere. Like I have a lot of negative space over here, so I might wanna break that up with something. So I could do one of 2 things. I could look at my original object from a different point of view and draw that there, or I could take another object and just draw that. It could overlap, it could look like it's going underneath. It's really pretty much up to you how you want to do this, but your main goal is to fill this paper with an object really, really large, okay? So that's option 1, fill with an object really large. The second option is what I was saying with your name, and you can do this if you want. This has less to do with observational drawing, so you know it's not going to be my most favorite choice, but I do have other options. So you could take the letters of your name and use the letters of your name to divide these 2 papers. So I'm going to use my son, Garrett. I'm drawing right over top of both papers. I'm drawing with a really dark pencil. You want to use just your regular pencil. I'm going to overlap this R right here. I'm thinking about composition and where my letters are and how these lines are dividing up the space. I want to have an interesting number of shapes by the time I'm done with this. So I'm doing his letters all in capital, but I certainly could have done some in capital and some in lowercase. Okay, so I need 2 T's here at the end. I think I have a space here that's too large and I want to divide that up. So I'm going to have one of his T's start down here. And the other one's I'm going to have it be a little shorter. Go to maybe there. Have that one across. Okay, so I still have an interesting composition. I just used my son Garrett's name instead to divide the space. So you can choose either one. You can try if you want. Sometimes it's nice to take like a piece of paper in your sketchbook. You know your paper's going to be square. Do a quick thumbnail, like make a decision. How do you want to do this? You know, do you want to use your last name? You know, do you like the way that looks? I don't like the way that looks, so I wouldn't use this idea. But you can do that. You can kind of come up with a little plan, a quick plan in your sketchbook always first, okay? All right, when you're done with this, come see me, or if you have questions, obviously that's what I'm here for. Talk to me about what your choices are. Show me, and I'll sign off on your learning guide, and you can go on to the next step.